Welcome to today's pre-market live stream for the 28th of September 2020, and we have the first trending deal on the market at the moment. It's that Cleveland Cliffs is to buy ArcelorMittal USA for $1.4 billion. This has been buzzing all around Europe, and it says ArcelorMittal to start share buyback with cash proceeds. Enterprise value of the deal is estimated at $3.3 billion. Cleveland Cliffs Inc. will buy the US operations of ArcelorMittal SA for $1.4 billion in cash and shares to become the biggest flat rolled steel producer in North America. Cleveland Cliffs will pay about $873 million of common and non-voting preferred stock and $505 million in cash, according to a statement. The transaction will save about $150 million in annual costs for the combined operations, improve Cleveland Cliffs' liquidity, and is expected to boost its sales to the key automotive market. US steel prices have risen in recent months, driven by the tight supply after plant usage dropped in response to a weaker demand due to coronavirus lockdowns. Steelmaking is a business where production volume, operational diversification, the addition of fixed costs, and technical expertise matter above all. Cleveland Cliffs chairman Lourenco Goncalves said in a statement, "This transaction achieves all of these. ArcelorMittal plans to use $500 million of cash proceeds to repurchase shares starting immediately," the company said in a separate statement. In July, the company was considering structural changes to the business as it adjusts to the effect of coronavirus pandemic on global steel demand. The company suspended dividend payments early in the year and had previously set a target of $2 billion in assets to help reduce debt. Okay, and what other thing do we have going on at the moment? On Friday, the 25th of September 2020, we were covering a lot on Sunworks, so let's refresh and see what's going on. At the moment, it is down 7. It is up actually. Well, it's saying 7.6%. Okay, it is down 7.66% from the Friday close. This is what's going on in the pre-market. We also have a few things here going on Benzinga. These are the trending stocks. They keep on changing. Here I think it's a bit different as well. Let's see. So this is the Palantir and Asana. They will probably debut this week. Yes, they will be debuted this week, but we don't exactly know when that will take place. Okay, let's cover this one here. Peek into the US futures. Okay, these are some of the stocks that. Okay, let's get them here. 7 stocks to watch today, September 2020, September 28, 2020. Okay, Thor Industries is to report earnings quarterly earnings at $1.34 per share at a revenue of 2.29 billion before the opening bell. Thor Industries Shares gained 1.9% to $95 in after-hours trading. And we covered Devon Energy here on MarketWatch. Devon Energy and WPX combining in all-stock merger of equals with enterprise value of about $12 billion. Okay, said they have agreed to combine in an all-stock merger of equals with an enterprise value of about $12 million. The deal was reported earlier by Wall Street Journal. Under the terms of the deal, the WPX shareholders will receive 0.5165 shares of Devon common stock for each share owned. Devon shareholders will own about 57% of the new entity, and WPX shareholders will own about 43%. The deal is expected to close in the first quarter of 2021. The strategic combination will create a leading and unconventional oil producer in the U.S. with an asset base underpinned by a premium acreage position in the economic core of the Delaware Basin. The company said in a joint statement. The combined company will be named Devon Energy and will enjoy enhanced scale, improved margins, higher cash flow, and the financial strength to accelerate the return of cash to shareholders through an industry-first fixed plus variable dividend strategy, said the statement. The deal is expected to immediately boost all relevant per share metrics in the first year, including earnings, cash flow, free cash flow, and net asset value, and to be accretive to return on the invested capital. It will have about $1.7 billion of cash on hand and $3 billion of capacity on a credit facility expected at closing. Devon shares jumped 11% pre-market in the news, while WPX was up 18%. So we also have it that from TechRadr, Google accidentally showed off its Pixel 5 and revealed a low price. The Google Pixel 5 is expected to land on the 30th of September 2020. So they are now very close to the launch, but the Google Japan Twitter account seemingly thought the phone had already launched, as it briefly posted some major details. The tweet has been deleted, but not before it was spotted by 9 to 5 Google, and included partial images of the Pixel 5 from the front, the clearest of which can be seen below. As you can see, the phone has a punch hole camera in the top left corner of the screen, and what looks to be an otherwise all-screen design, though since we can't see the bottom edge, we can't be certain that there's no chain there. The Pixel 5 is sure to run on Android 11, so we're expecting a Pixel 4a 5G2. Okay, and the design matches earlier leaks and looks a lot more like Google Pixel 4a than the Pixel 4, the latter of which has a large bezel above the screen. Design aside, the tweet mentioned that the Google Pixel 5 supports 5G as expected, and it costs 4,800 Japanese yen. That's around $710 or $555. or 1,010 Australian dollars, while the price conversion isn't likely to be very accurate. That's also notably less than the 89,980 Japanese yen, roughly $855, or 665 pounds, or 1,210 Australian dollars. Launch price of the Pixel 4 in Japan. Leaks have consistently suggested that the Pixel 5 will cost less than its predecessor, and this pretty much confirms that. Whereas the XL, aside from the mention of professional grade photography, the tweet didn't reveal much less, but notably there was no mention of the Pixel 5 XL, which might mean that no such phone exists. While there have been rumors of a Pixel 5 XL, we haven't heard anywhere near as much about it as the standard Google Pixel 5s. So there was no question over whether such a phone would launch. It not being mentioned as here doesn't necessarily mean it's not coming, but it's one more piece of evidence pointing in that direction. We know for sure soon, and TechRadr will be covering Google's September 30th announcement in full, so check back and see what they're saying here. Okay, let's see if we also have one person on the stream. Okay, if you're just joining us, we are covering the pre-markets. And we started with this deal going on that Cleveland Cliffs is to buy ArcelorMittal USA for $1.4 billion US. And ArcelorMittal is going to use the proceeds to buy back shares from right away, so their stock is also trending at some point. So, and then earlier on, some days ago, that was on Friday, we covered some works, and then today they are slightly down 9% in the pre-market. So we're talking about ArcelorMittal. Let's see what they're trading. They don't trade in the US, but you can still buy them. They're trading. They're now up. It's up 9.82% in Europe. That's where it is. It's trading. So the other stock is Cleveland stock. Okay, in the pre-market it's up 9.18%. So we also covered Devon Energy. Okay, they are merging with WPX Energy Inc. It's an all-stock merger of equals with enterprise value of about $12 billion US. And but we also have these stocks here. We have Thor Industries. It's to report earnings at $1.34 per share on revenue of $2.29 billion before the opening bell. Okay, we've covered Devon Energy, and then United Foods to have earned $0.72 per share on revenue of $6.6 billion from the latest quarter. United Foods will release earnings after the markets close. Okay, it's slipped 0.1% to 17 in the after trading. Let's see what's going on here. United Foods. Okay, it's up 2.74%. So the other is Lockheed Martin, lifted its quarterly dividend by $0.2 to 2.60 per share, and increased its share buyback authorization by $1.3 billion. Lockheed Martin shares slipped. Analysts expect Calmain Food Inc. to report quarterly loss of 0.47 per share on revenue of $290.35. Scorpio Bulkers reported the purchase of 50,000 shares by Scorpio Services at $12.92. Okay. So this is a trending topic on Benzinga. It's IPO outlook for the week. Sana, Palantir lead busy week of debuts, so they're probably going to start trading very soon. Okay, there's something there about NIO and Tesla. Okay, this is old, so okay, let's refresh and see what's going on. Okay, in the pre-market, Sunwalk is down. So let's see. Okay, this is Sunwalk, and we're on stock tweets. So let's see what people are saying here. Okay. Sunwalk and Tesla coming soon. If no positive news today, this will go under $1. I hope ownership is smarter. Set my 69,060 shares order at $67. I like pizza. Okay. There may be a delisting sympathy play here. Hypothetically, say she stays above $1, however, fundamentally so. This could be an interim catalyst for the stock to move north. How many days left? But if you will close under $1, rip the band-aid off and watch momentum and fear of missing out. Show you how a low foot blows north. So this is what they're pointing out for the reason we had the rally on Thursday and Friday on Sunworks, as they believe Sunworks might merge with PEC Industries or something like that to start making cars and stuff like that. Okay. The major news today will make this thing run even more today. Just getting found on scans. How cool would it be if someone took 18,000 shares away from the So let's see what's going on here. It's still down 10.05%. The sentiment is the negative one, and I wish we can find a bit more details. Pre-market, do we have volume? Okay, volume is 293,000. Okay, the volume is low now. It's low, but it's good. It's good for the stock to cool down a bit, so that people can see what they will be able to do, whether they are going to join in. If it has some sideways movement, that will be good. That will on a technical level that will be some consolidation. And when it has consolidated like that, or while it is consolidating, it tends to also attract people who are bullish, and people who will be, I have to say, speculating that it will go up. So just keep your eye on Sunworks. Sunworks is not doing badly. It's a small company. That's how it is, but it's making money, and it's also dealing with products that is relevant these days. So I would say just keep watching it. But at some point it was trading at very risky price ranges. Even at now, the price it closed at on Friday, the 25th of September, which was what you can see there, $2.09. It's still very quite risky, still in the inside the 3 standard deviation price range, which is right on the tail risk end of its distribution. And at that sort of range, we're talking about high volatility, which is obviously what has been happening. And so what it means is that, amongst other things, that if it goes up high, it can also go down low. Really, that volatile, and that has been what happened, on that particular Friday, if not Thursday. I think Thursday it's reached up to $8.50 and dropped down to about around $3 and some fraction. That's really volatile in one day, in just in a few hours. Okay. So, but the fact that we still have this going on here, it's definitely an indication that there is still some interest going on here. And the people who are posting this, also the people who are trading the equity. So let's see what's going on elsewhere. That's it. Let's see whether we can find anything on Cleveland Clips on here on stock tweets, so we don't have to only cover some works. So in the pre-market, it's $8. It's up 8.5%. Okay, there isn't much. Okay, there's quite some going on here. This guy says LG knows this COVID is about to end. Buying with both hands. Okay, who's LG? Let's see whether we can find out if it's. Okay, yes, Lorenco Goncalves. That's the person he's referring to. I thought as much. That's the this LG. That is the chairman. That's the person that chap is referring to. And then we have this guy said Goldman, Shabans Matthew, saw sweet corn. Seen at the bus stop outside. Okay, no, we don't need to read that. Acquires MT's US business of $1.4 billion. Well, at least the ABPP pricing scheme is history. That one's positive, with 1.6 billion earnings before EBITDA, with a 6-time multiplier. The stock should rise a bit. Cleveland Cleaves to buy ArcelorMittal US unit for $1.4 billion. Congrats, Lungs. We now own the most unfriendly environmental dirty smokestack business in the US. The ESG community will have CLF stock on Permashort algos. Okay, peek into the markets. Okay, that's Benzinga advertising. Making moves in the middle of the night on boiling frogs. Okay, there's a twist to this stock that I like more than anything and stands out just a bit. MT's largest institutional shareholder is none other than Goldman Sachs. That's sweet corn. Next action I bet for the chairman of that Cleveland Cliffs, unwind oil pricing to control the benchmark indices and do what others do, sell their supply demand fundamentals to customers. Not good short term. I see this actually going red. They will have a monopoly on steel in US. Debt-free, cash-free deal transaction will be done with 78.2 million shares of CLS. Current stock worth of 460 million. Okay. Cleveland Cliffs to buy ArcelorMittal. Okay, we've heard that. And what other stock were we covering? Thor Industries. Let's see. Okay, in the pre-market, the Thor Industries is up 5.68%. Okay, so they're saying it's already at $100. It seems like another market becoming bullish. What's your thoughts? This is amazing. What do you think? Thor is an uptrend. RSI indicator exists of a sold zone. View odds for this and all the indicators. How much debt do they have left? These are big moves. I think it seems ITM calls that open. Thor Industries Q4 earnings. Latest last 10K highlighted 100 positive and negative remarks in Thor's 10K file today. See the annual report. Backlog of 5.4 billion, market cap of this stock is 5 billion. I expect this to go a lot higher. Congrats to all. Headroom was of a major acquisition too. Deal is set to be done and should release in PR in October. Why isn't this going high after crushing it? Peek into the markets. The US stock futures signal higher start on Wall Street. Okay, and this is some of the popular stocks. Covered a bit of United Foods and Thor. The one is Calmain, I think Calmain Foods. Let's see. Calmain Foods Inc. Okay, there's currently nothing going on in the pre-market. Let's see. Okay, it's up 4.62%. Let's see. It's we're not picking up anything here on stock 2 and Calmain. Gapping up in reaction to earnings guidance. Okay, let's see if we can just quickly bring what's going on with some of the So what you're looking at right now is the Nasdaq Futures. At some point this morning, it was somewhere around here, 11,010. But look at it, it's currently at 11,370. So certain analysts are predicting that October may be choppy, more consolidation may occur, especially for the S&P, and the consolidation will enable a lot of trading and scalping. The consolidation will be as it concerns trends. So, we always know that since the Nasdaq is quite tech heavy, and they tend to be more volatile. They tend to be more responsive than the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is by far broader, and it has about 500 components, even though it is, I think, probably weighted. So it doesn't move as fast as the Nasdaq, which is definitely reliant on a few stocks, and any gains or any momentum in them will definitely does influence the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq Futures. So if you just joined us, we started this stream with this piece that Cleveland Cleaves used to buy ArcelorMittal USA for $1.4 billion, and some of the proceeds will be used to buy back shares by ArcelorMittal USA, and we also brought to you the news that Google accidentally showed off its Pixel 5 and revealed the lower price. So let's see what's going on here on stock tweets as concerns Google. So it's up 1.94% in the pre-market. Okay, I have a Pixel 3a XL. I also didn't love it. I'd own an Apple if the Pixel wasn't the best I've owned. Samsung, nope. Motorola, not at all. Have them, not impressed. Okay, so yeah, it's talking about Apple. Okay, let's get the bulls to fire the data. Let's go. Yes, to prop 207. Some Google search rivals lose footing on Android system. Upcoming Pixel event is good news for Apple, for Alphabet stock. The newest case study dropped over the weekend gives insight into the directional growth strategy. Knowing that any clip is currently doing, knowing what any clip is currently doing and who they are currently working with shows who the players at the table and the power involved in this vertical. While we were reading this, the most recent any click deal was linked with Internet Brands. Okay, this is what Sharpnail is saying about Google. Has a return on assets of 11.32%. This is among the best returns in the industry. US futures is higher. Asian stock is up also. Around 1.6% up tomorrow will be great. Okay, this is some piece of news. Google continues antitrust practices in shopping search, even after 2.7 billion EU fine. else. So there was a piece of news concerning Tesla and Piedmont. Okay, it's currently up 4.3%. Okay, let's see whether people have that piece of news on Tesla. We also have it on our thumbnail of the stream. We'll bet somebody's going to cover it and here and stop. Okay, I think there's some interesting tweets going on here. Okay. Well, this was nice to wake up to. My 419 covered call will be happy this morning. What do you think the October 2nd 500 calls will open at? Buy on a deep or at open? $500 this week. A lot of huge news. Checking my massive gains this morning. Squeeze please to SPY. Okay. When's Q2 report? End of September or somewhere in October? Couldn't find it in investor relations, Tesla.com. Looks like PLM and PLL will be the runners today of Tesla news. It's funny seeing the PLN news, it's into merger Tesla. Okay, that's the one we're talking about. This is yeah. Piedmont Lithium. Okay. What's this one? Lithium American Corp. Okay, so Tesla signed a 5-year deal with Piedmont Lithium. The Piedmont Lithium makes batteries, obviously. Tesla is agreeing to buy products at a fixed price for 5 years. If the market price of the commodities increase, they still have to provide it to Tesla at a fixed rate. I feel like people are buying this small miner thinking, okay, it's not a battery maker, it's a miner. Yes, sorry about that. I feel like people are buying this small miner thinking Tesla bought a company. PLL traders should be looking at LAC for a long time. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Can we see what's going on here for Piedmont? No, let's just go and we'll go back to it. Let's see what's going on here. This is an active stock. People are always on it. Started trading at 3K, down to 1K, back to 42K. Give big thanks to the community. Moon mission confirmed for these two. I asked for a sign this morning. There it is. I just don't know if it's bullish or bearish. Okay, let's quickly have a look at PLL. Okay, it's actually trading in New York, even though it's Australian. Piedmont Lithium. Oh my goodness, it is up 228%. PLL PLL surprised us holding so well. Can't wait to see what this does today. Pump and dump, be careful. I think it runs from 35. This is scary. Anybody deeping their toes in here? Congrats to all who held below $1. Just be careful and don't get too greedy or end up like SBI, huge price drop after being pumped. You should have been up at 4 a.m. like me and buy at the earliest pre-market and watching them to where you would have seen a pop at 45.18, sold and shorted, then covering about here. Depends on how charts are reading present. Congratulations to all who held this one here sans deal with Tesla. Consolidated really well at $36, tested $32 from 43 price momentum, pre-market high, top watch at open with low float and fear of missing out kicking in. This can be a monster. Pump and dump, or good old PLL is screaming for the top after signing a long-term supply agreement with Tesla. Here's what you need to know. I wish you can see what the volumes are in the pre-market so far for PLL. This guy's saying float is in there 7 million. Pre-market high was $46. Okay, let's see if we can see what's there with Piedmont Lithium. Wow, short squeeze increased by 91%. Sorry, shorts interest increased by 91%. Market cap is $89 million. Okay. No data as it concerns. So I think the last volume we had was at 5,100. What do you on the 25th? So not much we can see here on the short squeeze. Okay, let's see what's going on with AC. Lithium is up 20% in the pre-market. Okay, like is going up PLL or anything specific here. Let me lead you bulls. There was a ton of shares purchased, $9+ before this one up. I imagine people will be taking profits and selling to break even if they were able to. I hope this continues on. If you're short, it's a fine day to cover before it gets out of hand. Time to motivate, make this happen. Okay, let's see what's going on here on short squeeze, Lithium Americas. Okay, 52% of the whole float is owned, or 53% of the whole float. This is 53% of it, so we have about 21 million or thereabouts that is available for trade. Okay, and the last volume was, last volume increase was rather the trading volume that was for the 25th, and the against the average is 450%, 456% more. So that volume was 77.6 million. Still shy of the still not up to 50% of what is really available. Short interest is 2.8. Okay, we will ensure to include all the links we have referenced in this live stream. Okay, so we will also come back again during the market session and cover more for you. Thank you very much for joining us.